It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Reaganomics still a problem, they just simplified it. Make the drugs more accessible to fight a virus. All these stories ain't applying, shit is one-sided. Stimulate economics, but who they split the pie with? Street code in effect, get it the way I learned it. Take it, I earned it, ain't concerned if you think I deserve it. My shouted birthday on the way, you think I'm skipping that? I'd rather go and rob than flip a burger, let's keep it a stack. Tax dollars they take without my approval, just existing in this country, you letting them stick it to you. Evade them, they get to sue you. Possession set for removal from high rolling with jewelers to barely afforded noodles. From roof missing to this soup kitchen, got me weaving through the system like a beautician. Lord, the battle scars never heal from us working in the field to these overpriced bills, y'all. Now the homies inviting me to their looms. I'm thinking twice about if we still should be cool. The money I'm giving you could be put to use. Stepson finna go back to school, bitch, get a clue, Man, I'd rather wipe my ass with it, literally. Gamble with your life, Wheel of Fortune, Chuck Woolery. I'm so out of touch with the times, I feel detached. Watching niggas while they watching my back. This shit is whack, homie. Living life as an outlaw. Will I rise or will I fall? They got me standing on my pride in this city where the skinny niggas die. I just wanna stay alive. Money comes and money goes. Will I get to heaven when the horns blow? If God's black, I'm hoping I get to meet him after spending all my days on this earth chasing freedom.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be addressing this whole Nicki Minaj, Don Lemon situation. And if you're not up to date with what's going on, that's why we're here, so we can talk about it, okay? Now, Nicki Minaj has been relatively quiet over the course of the last few weeks, ever since her Merry Christmas post went out. She's been pretty quiet. Okay, and she is now back with a vengeance, and this time she is aiming at Don Lemon. Now, y'all know, for the last couple of months, Nicki Minaj has been embarking on her introduction to the MAGA family. She was giving us breadcrumbs. She was leaving little, remnants to let people know that that's where she was going prior to that. But the latter part of last year definitely indicated that she was full on MAGA, right? During the Erica Kirk interview for Turning Point USA, aligning with Trump, aligning with a lot of different right-wing Republican folks. And a lot of people have been speculating on what that reason is for. Many people believe that this is some sort of twisted way of trying to receive pardons for her husband and her brother, both convicted ex-offenders, while others believe that this could be her convoluted way of trying to gain favor with the current regime so that she can finally receive full-on citizenship here in the U.S. because for whatever reason, it was never accomplished for her, okay? So those are some things that we already know coming into this situation, right? We also know that toward the end of last year, prior to America actually going and participating in the bombings taking place in Nigeria, she was aligning herself with the Christian freedom of Nigerians, and she was so outspoken about people having the freedom to worship in their home country. But she had absolutely nothing to say when Trump and the administration actually decided to bomb the very residents that she was trying to speak up for, when people were letting her know, ma'am, this is not a cause that you need to be getting behind. Worry about your own shit. Okay? Giving y'all a little history lesson here if you missed it. Or a refresher, shall we say. Now, of course, Don Lemon on the other side of the spectrum, he was, of course, with CNN for very many years. He was let go in 2023, and he has been doing independent journalism and independent media coverage on his own platform, his own channel. And for the last year or so, he's definitely been faced with some hurdles. Okay? The American government and legacy media aren't necessarily fond of the work that he does independently on his platform. They're trying to pigeonhole him. They're trying to threaten him with possible consequences for him actually covering situations regarding ICE. They were very critical of his involvement in, being on the ground during the what was that, the No Kings Day that were happening last year across America. And he's finding himself under the microscope of Republicans and the current regime as well. So yesterday, he took part in a protest that took place out in Minneapolis. Of course, Minneapolis is, under fire right now, I guess you could say. There are multiple reasons for that. ICE occupancy out there. They're occupying different places. They've made their way to Atlanta, unfortunately, as well. But there's also Trump, trying to cut off resources and stuff like that. I think there was like some fraud in the child care system going on out there. So he decided to try to put a freeze on national resources for child care while investigating that one state. I don't know how that makes sense, but he was trying to do it. Other relief has been put in place on the heels of that, but that's also something relevant to that particular locale, right? So Don Lemon took part in this protest. They ended up going to a church out in Minneapolis. It was alleged, and we still need more information, but they're stating that the pastor of said church is actually an employee of ICE, right? And they feel like, yo, you're not doing the Lord's work coming in front of these people, preaching the word of God, but then going and working for ICE where so many people are being innocently detained, unjustly detained, taken to God knows where, being removed from their families. People with no criminal record, people that are actually American citizens. It's not just foreign people and immigrants being taken in, being stripped away from their families, being taken into into custody, driven into wherever the fuck they want to take you. I just saw a video of a man who was removed from his mobile home with no clothes on in the fucking freezing cold. They stuffed him in a car. They drove him all around. Then it came back that he was a full citizen and nothing, no criminal history, no nothing. They returned him back to his mobile home and had no recourse for him. You know what I'm saying? And this is going on city to city, state to state. So they were like, yo, we're gonna fucking march on this church where this so-called ICE employee is also out here preaching, right? Don Lemon pulled up with his camera crew and actually filmed the protest, and he's catching a lot of heat for participating in this. Republican folks from Trump's, cronies, they're trying to find a way that they can attempt to bring criminal charges on Don Lemon, and they're saying that they don't feel like his shield of journalism should be seen as valid. They want to try to have a heavy hand on this. I don't see where protesting is illegal, but they're trying to find a way to say he broke a law, right? At the time of me recording this, they say that the Justice Department is trying to pursue charges related to the protest inside of St. Paul Church. They've got Armeet Dillon, the department's Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, who is personally going up against Don Lemon, right? She spoke to conservative influencer Benny Johnson and stated that journalism is not a shield from a criminal conspiracy, is what they're trying to paint it as, okay? In a quote, she says, Don Lemon himself has come out and said he knew exactly what was going to happen inside that facility. He went into the facility and then he began, quote unquote, committing journalism as if that's some sort of a shield from being a part of an embedded part of a criminal conspiracy. I don't see where journalism is a criminal conspiracy. They say Dillon did not confirm whether the Justice Department would pursue charges against Lemon in particular. I'm reading this from NBC News. They say they reached out to the Justice Department and the place of worship, City's Church, for comment. Okay? However, Don Lemon has responded and said, it's notable that I've been cast as the face of a protest I was covering as a journalist, especially since I wasn't the only reporter there. He says that framing is telling. What's even more telling is the barrage of violent threats along with homophobic and racist slurs directed at me online by MAGA supporters and amplified by parts of the right-wing press. Now, if you happen to search on YouTube about this incident, the only people that are actually covering it are right-wing conservatives that are trying to shit on Don Lemon. I haven't seen a single, and just a quick search, maybe there are, but the results that come up are those particular pages. I haven't seen anyone really supporting him yet. Now we enter Nicki Minaj, who has joined in the campaign against Don Lemon, and she had some choice words for him in particular. So Nicki comes out and says, Don cocksucking Lemon is disgusting. All right. Now, Don Lemon is gay, so I guess that's where she comes with this cocksucking thing. And that's where he also says that people are hurling homophobic slurs at him. She says, how dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. And here we go with the Chucky shit. 40 plus years old, always posting Chucky. Okay? I don't know where he, in any stretch of the imagination, could be identified as a thug. That's coded language for sure. Your husband is a fucking thug. Your husband is a convicted rapist. He's been convicted for other shit. Manslaughter, all type of shit. So when we want to talk about thugs, anytime you mention the word thug, we're just going to throw him in the conversation. That nigga got like 16 mugshots. I just covered it the other day. When 16 ain't enough. Ooh. Yeah. When 16 ain't enough. Rick Ross, anybody? Let's talk about the thug in your household if we gonna talk about thugs. The same shit you said about MacWild. I want this thug locked up. President, FBI, CIA. Ma'am, you're not even a citizen. ICE might fuck around and come get your ass. The very thing that he's protesting. Excuse me? And going against popular opinion, or I won't even say popular opinion, but a spreading opinion, a growing opinion. A lot of people want to see your ass get detained. I don't necessarily want to see it, right? I don't wish that on anybody. But you playing a dangerous game. You walking a fine line and you fucking playing yourself. For what? I don't fucking know. You must also think that they gonna save your motherfucking house. Don't y'all got a motherfucking court hearing coming up about that shit? Pay your debts. Anyway, let's move forward. She then says, Happy New Year's. You 19 fucking days late, ma'am. It's Dr. King Day. Fuck is you talking about Happy New Year? So then her stands, of course, she's empowered by her stands. They say, this is the same man who goes home every day to his white husband, yet parades himself as pro-black, questioning people's authenticity and telling others to prove their blackness while feeling bold enough to speak on Nicki Minaj. This is an alcoholic who was fired from a 17-year career because of a long-documented pattern of misogyny, hostility, and disturbing behavior. Show us the misogyny of Don Lemon, please. multiple women workplace culture where he engaged in aggressive, abusive, and violent behavior, including incidents where colleagues said they felt threatened, intimidated, or physically unsafe. I'm not going to read no more of this bullshit. A man who don't like women was just all of a sudden being weird to women. Or not sexually attracted to women, I should say, not don't like women. True or false? Arrest Don Lemon is what Nicki says to that. Here she says, the world is watching. The world is watching your fucking household. She then reposts from Benny Johnson, who I believe is a conservative journalist. They say here, breaking. DOJ announces intention to charge Don Lemon under the Ku Klux Klan Act. Are you fucking kidding me? How you gonna charge a black man under the Ku Klux Klan Act, a white nationalist, white supremacy group? Is it? Are we using it or are we not? And you gonna put the prayer hands with the American flag? You are a fucking loser, and you've lost it. We've got another one. Tata Onika says, now that entire media leg posting that slur lie, LOL. Man, Nicki can tear these people up. These be full-blown smear campaigns. These media outlets are careless and tacky. Nicki Minaj is actively participating in a smear campaign against a real-life journalist, a real-life media pundit, a real-life person who be on the ground standing up for the American people that really need it. Who the fuck is you, Tata Onika? Tata, the last Tata I seen around these parts, I cussed her ass out. That fucking AI shit with Timbaland. You finna get the same treatment, Tata. Anyway, Nicki says, LOL. And I purposely wrote it that way because I knew that would be the only way to get the cocksuckers to post about it. They would have all collectively ignored the despicable behavior displayed by Lemonhead. I'm glad they're angry. They're about to get angrier. Ma'am, this has become your identity. You are the queen of rage bait. You ain't the queen of rap no more. You are the queen of rage bait. And look at this stupid ass pinned tweet from September 3/27/26. New album, Pink Friday 3 or whatever the fuck you trying to promote. Ultimately, that's what she wants. She wants the Trumpers to support her album because she knows if she gets them to buy her album, it'll be a historic probably a record on the other side of it. You ain't low, ma'am. I don't give a fuck how good you think you rap. You whack as hell. So here we have footage of Don Lemon actually conducting an interview with TMZ where he actually addresses this Nicki Minaj situation. All right. This person here says Don Lemon drags the fuck out of Nicki Minaj, calls for her deportation from the U.S. I said you're playing a dangerous game. Let's hear what he got to say.
To Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but, F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported because I don't think, reportedly, that she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented. And so she has shown her disdain for African Americans. So why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting, I have lots of gay friends who love Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting this homophobic, bigoted, ignorant woman? You should not be supporting her. Nicki Minaj, this is clearly out of her depth. She doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand journalism. And I'm not surprised that she is weighing in on something that is beyond her capacity. What I will say to her is, because she put a doll, I think she put the Chucky doll in there, a better symbol that should have been represented in that picture is a pick-me doll, because Nicki Minaj is a pick-me. She will do anything that is expedient for her politically. And again, she's ignorant. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's always weighing in on things that she doesn't know about. Nicki Minaj should just sit the fuck down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? And she has the nerve to say something disparaging about and something homophobic. I'm pretty sure that maybe that's part of the reason that she is cozying up to the Trump administration for some sort of leniency for her family members. And it's just very transparent. So Nicki Minaj, F off, stop being a homophobic bigot, and, get a life and some brains.
Okay, we will leave it there. All right.
Put it on the floor, to quote Lotto. Shout out to Don motherfucking Lemon. To be honest, I don't even have any further commentary to add to the situation. He handled that wonderfully, expediently, and with such candor. There's nothing I could possibly add to that to make it any better. He said it quickly, 2 minutes, got her the fuck out of here, packed her out. I almost thought when he said, stop being a bit, I thought he was going to go another direction, but he said bigot. I thought he was going to go another way. I almost had to be like, hey, don't call her that now. But he didn't. But yeah, she's an absolute clown. She's been walking around, you damn near Chucky at this point. As much as you post him, you done turned into the clown version of Chucky. You are walking it, ma'am. Walk it, like it, want it, talk it. Yeah, you it. The it that they were saying, Quavo, you exactly that, ma'am. I don't want to hear about no bars. I don't want to hear about no monster verse. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. She is an absolute clown show. And if you still support her, that is your prerogative. But I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. If you're mad, go pray about it, because that's about the only person trying to hear your shit. All right? Now, let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. Y'all be blessed. Be safe. Watch your motherfucking back. Be vigilant. Be careful. Shit getting crazy out here. Oh, and tomorrow, World is a Ghetto will be out. We're going to be talking some shit on that record. Music video and song will be out tomorrow. Dropping at noon. So be here at noon. All right? I'll catch y'all later, though. Peace.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stakes I built. I